Welcome to Daily Update. This is our new series. We'll share the daily update happening in national and international. Let's start with good news. 96% construction of Ayodhya Mandir completed. Tulsidas Temple to be inaugurated on Ram Navami. Shri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra Trust revealed on Monday, 17 March, that 96% of the Ayodhya Mandir construction has been completed, and the entire structure is expected to be finished by June. After a meeting under the chairmanship of Pujya Nritya Gopal Dasji Maharaj, it was posted on the social media platform X that a total of rupees 396 crore have been spent in 5 years of the trust's formation. PM Modi's joint statement with Luxon, concerned about anti-India elements in New Zealand. During the joint press statement with New Zealand PM Christopher Luxon, PM Modi says, I welcome PM Luxon and his cabinet to India. PM Luxon is connected to India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday expressed concerns over anti-India elements in New Zealand. PM Modi and Luxon held wide-ranging talks with a focus on ramping up overall bilateral ties, especially in areas of trade, defense, education, and agriculture. Unanimous against terrorism. India and New Zealand signed defense deal. In PM's meeting, begin FTA talks to boost trade. India and New Zealand on Monday, 17 March, signed a major agreement to institutionalize their defense and security partnership, marking a significant step in strengthening bilateral ties. A key highlight of the discussions was the decision to formalize defense cooperation through a structured roadmap for collaboration in the defense industry sector. In a joint statement, Modi emphasized that both nations stand united against terrorism, recalling attacks such as the 2019 Christchurch attack in New Zealand and the 2008 Mumbai terror attacks. We both are unanimous against terrorism. Terrorism in any form is unacceptable, Modi stated. 23,000 crore incentives plan to cut electronic imports, expand value addition in smartphone manufacturing. In a decisive step toward enhancing domestic manufacturing and reducing reliance on imports, the Indian government has finalized a Rs 22,919 crore incentive scheme aimed at augmenting the production of electronic components over the next 6 years. Andhra Pradesh CM said, language is only for communication, best to learn maximum languages. Days after his deputy chief minister and Janasena chief Pawan Kalyan waded into the language row between Tamil Nadu and the centre, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu on Monday underlined that only those people who study in their mother tongue are excelling across the world, and a misconception is prevalent that only English language can guarantee knowledge. UP CM Yogi Adityanath said one district, one mafia era in UP replaced with one district, one product. On Monday, criticized the previous Samajwadi Party SP government, accusing it of fostering a one district, one mafia culture. He asserted that his administration had replaced this with the One District, One Product ODOP initiative aimed at boosting local industries and employment. Supreme Court orders extensive inquiry on huge racket in issuance of Hindu ST caste certificates in Tamil Nadu. The Supreme Court has expressed suspicion over the existence of a huge racket in the issuance of Hindu Konda Reddy caste certificates in Tamil Nadu and ordered a probe for extensive inquiry into the authenticity of such certificates. A bench of Justices J.B. Pardiwala and R. Mahadevan called caste certificate a big problem in Tamil Nadu in its 25 February interim order and said, it appears that thousands of such certificates have been issued certifying people to be members of the Hindu Konda Reddy's community falling within Scheduled Tribe, ST. UP Police Chief orders enhanced surveillance intelligence gathering at religious events. Uttar Pradesh Police Chief Prashant Kumar on Monday directed senior officials to enhance vigilance and intelligence gathering regarding attendees at various religious events in the state. According to an official statement, a directive in this regard was issued to all police commissioners, additional directors general, regional inspectors general, deputy inspectors general, and district superintendents. The move comes in response to reports from the Special Task Force (STF) indicating that criminals often used religious gatherings as cover to evade arrest after committing crimes. Prohibitory orders imposed in Manipur's Churachandpur amidst rising tensions. Manipur's Churachandpur administration on Monday imposed prohibitory orders across the district following clashes between the Hamar and Zomi communities, a day after a Hamar tribal leader was assaulted amidst demands from the community to identify the perpetrators, police said. According to the additional district magistrate, the prohibitory orders have been imposed under Section 163 of the BNSS 2023. Whereas reports have been received from the Superintendent of Police, Churachandpur, indicating a serious apprehension of a breach of law and order in the district, which is likely to disturb peace and tranquility among different communities and may lead to damage to life and public property, the order stated. Influencer Ori, 7 others booked for consuming alcohol at Vaishno Devi pilgrimage base camp. Social media influencer Orhan Avatramani, better known as Ori, was among 8 people booked for allegedly consuming alcohol at a hotel in Katra, the base camp for the pilgrimage to Mata Vaishno Devi shrine in Riasi district, police said on Monday. The FIR was registered against the 8 for violating the law of the land, and a team was set up to nab them for hurting the sentiments of people. PM Modi meets US Intelligence Chief Tulsi Gabbard, gives Gangajal from Mahakumbh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday met with US Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard and presented her with water from the Ganga collected during the Mahakumbh. This meeting comes hours after Gabbard met Defense Minister Rajnath Singh. The meeting reportedly focused on the anti-India activities conducted on American soil by the banned Khalistani outfit Sikhs for Justice (SFJ). In a meeting with Tulsi Gabbard, Rajnath Singh urges US to act against Khalistani terror group SFJ and its leader Pannu. India has called on the United States to take decisive action against the banned Khalistani terror group Sikhs for Justice (SFJ) and its leader Gurpatwant Singh Pannu, who operates from American soil. Pannu, a US-based lawyer, faces 104 criminal cases in India, including 8 filed by the National Investigation Agency (NIA). The Indian government has accused SFJ for anti-India activities, including issuing threats to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah, and National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. PM Modi convinced Putin to avoid nuclear weapons, says Polish minister. Poland's Deputy Foreign Minister and Secretary of State Władysław Teofil Bartoszewski has credited Prime Minister Narendra Modi for persuading Russian President Vladimir Putin not to use tactical nuclear weapons during the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. Trump-Putin talks set for tomorrow as US intensifies efforts to resolve Ukraine conflict following Saudi-brokered ceasefire proposal. In a potential turning point for the Ukraine conflict, US President Donald Trump has announced that he will speak with Russian President Vladimir Putin on Tuesday, 18 March, as part of ongoing diplomatic efforts to broker a resolution to the war. We will see if we have something to announce maybe by Tuesday. I will be speaking to President Putin on Tuesday. This upcoming conversation signals a pivotal moment in US foreign policy, with Trump's approach to Russia and his stance on Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky under intense scrutiny from European allies. 5 people injured in grenade attack on SHO's house in Pakistan's Baluchistan. 5 people, including 4 children, were injured on Monday in a grenade attack on the residence of a station house officer, SHO, in Pakistan's Baluchistan, as insurgents continued terror attacks in the restive province. The attack took place at the house of SHO Qadir Sheikh in Khuzdar. Unknown assailants threw a hand grenade at the residence of the hub city SHO, injuring his father as well as his brother's 4 children. Pakistani looted Chinese call center in Islamabad. The Chinese companies who came to Pakistan for investment faced the recent plunder. Notably, Chinese telecom and technology firms like Huawei and ZTE have invested in Pakistan's telecom infrastructure. The Pakistani youth allegedly plundered the call center and stole hundreds of laptops and electronic components, as well as furniture and even cutlery.